वेलकम टू ज्ञान की पाठशाला। ज्ञान की पाठशाला में आप सभी का स्वागत है।
Contrasts: although and though, even though, if, in spite of, and despite. Despite opposition from my family, I want to study beekeeping. Though it is interesting, it is risky to work with honeybees. I want to pursue the profession even if it meant a few bee stings here and there. I will not recommend such a profession, although I know bee stings only once in a lifetime. I remain undeterred even though it is a huge challenge. In spite of all your knowledge, you need to work carefully with the bees. Although they are small, industrious insects, they inspire us to work hard. Despite my fears, I wish you all the success in your endeavor. Here we can see that the conversation between the two friends uses although, though, even if, even though, in spite of, despite. Definition: although, though. Although and though can be used interchangeably as subordinating conjunctions. They connect a subordinating clause with the main clause to present a contrast of ideas. They can be placed in the beginning or middle of a sentence. Although, though, she knew me, she did not wish me. Do not use a comma when though, although is placed in the middle of the sentence. Rashmi reached the station in time, though, although the train was late. Even if, even though. Even if shows a contrast between an unreal, imaginary or hypothetical situation and its definite result. Even if the book is interesting, hypothetical, he will not read it, definite result. Even though shows a contrast between a real situation and its unexpected result. Even though I had no money, real situation, the shopkeeper let me take the books, unexpected result. If the sentence begins with even if, even though, place a comma after the even if, even though clause. Even though she cleared the exam, she did not get a job. In spite of, despite. In spite of and despite are prepositions that show a contrast. They must be followed by a noun phrase or a gerund, ing, noun form of a verb. They can be used interchangeably. She talked sweetly with the child despite his impudence. She talked sweetly with the child in spite of his impudence. These prepositions can be placed in the beginning or in the middle of a sentence. When used in the beginning of a sentence, place a comma after the in spite of or despite clause. In spite of, despite hard work, she failed. Let's have a look at these sentences using although, though, even if, even though, in spite of, despite. Although it is stormy, I will go out to buy my medicines. Even if I am offered a high-paying job abroad, I will not leave India. The boat could not sail even though the winds were favorable. Money was not given the prize money despite winning the reality show. I am not annoyed with her, though she disagreed with me. Even though he was extremely angry, he remained calm. In spite of rough weather, the fishermen sailed into the sea. She went out for a walk even though it was extremely hot outside.